So welcome to this Friday's update of the Crypto Swede, and let's have a look a little bit at what the markets are doing and also some recent news. See if there's any new developments going on that is worth mentioning. And I do wish I had a bikini model right now, like Richard Hart did in his interview. It makes it a little bit more exciting, but I guess I have to work on that for the next time. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into some of the price movements and also some news. So here we go. Could exchange traded notes be the ETF that the crypto space is waiting for? I mean, this is an interesting one. This exchange traded note that we have here in Sweden and Stockholm. I mean, as far as I know, there's not that many of it. There's maybe in Switzerland some kind of certificates or products that you can trade, but this has been it's been on the exchange here in Sweden since 2015, and apparently will be now available to US investors. So you know, that should be a positive, I would assume. And maybe just to go over the difference between an ETF and an ETN. I mean, by all means, this is not any kind of financial advice, you know, it's just a guy talking about the news. An ETN is more like a bond. It's an unsecured debt note issued by an institution. So an ETN can be held to maturity, bought or sold at will, and if the underwriter were to go bankrupt, the investor would risk a total default. So that's maybe good to know beforehand. And I guess the main difference is also here that in an ETF you're investing into a fund that holds the asset it tracks. So this is a little bit of a contrast then to an ETF. And I mean, I remember this was like I mean, when I moved back here from Switzerland in beginning of 2016, I mean, this was like at 15, 17 krona, you know, when the Bitcoin price was low, and I think it went up to almost 500, something like that. And this is a good one. Is it harder to get through customs if you're wearing a Bitcoin t-shirt? Well, apparently it is. So you know, if you're traveling, maybe especially to the US, you know, maybe just wear like gray or something, you know, nothing with the Bitcoin on it. Then you will you will be stuck there in this awful customs area forever, I guess. So that's I mean, talk about an Orwellian world that we live in. I mean, when this is now starting to be the case, and especially in the US, of course. So watch out. And apparently Ripple here, they're picking up 3 crypto exchanges for international XRP payments, Ripple payments. So this is a little bit what we spoke about, I think, last week, that there are some countries looking into this, using Ripple as some kind of a SWIFT transaction thing. And yeah, anyhow, there's some news here on that. And so maybe, I mean, I'm not a big fan of Ripple, and I mean, there's like huge supply. I mean, I don't know how many billions of supply there is, but you know, maybe it goes up anyways to some extent. And especially if the cabal has decided to use Ripple, then for some things, then it could certainly see some price movements, if we're just talking about price movements, right? I do prefer decentralized cryptos, and you know, that is not kind of centrally controlled. Has PayPal failed at what Bitcoin has achieved? PayPal is apparently under criticism here for the failure recently. And I guess they shut it down or something here. Let's see what they're saying. During the recent collapse there in Turkey, that you weren't allowed to transfer funds or something. So I mean, this is exactly a case that shows why cryptos is completely off government hands, or at least some of them, not all of them, but and why it can be of interest for countries that are under siege, or people's financial assets are under attack, where they can actually use cryptos and store them and still kind of have some kind of a life. What do they say here? Okay, so the price might be volatile, but as a means of storing money to prevent it devaluing under a fiat crash, it's the perfect solution. And yeah, they should be offering this service, not blocking them out. But then we're on to another subject. I mean, if PayPal is failing with this, well, do we have something else that, could be the future of the entire world, or at least side by side? Yes, Utrust. And we spoke about Utrust before. I mean, this is a fantastic product. I mean, if they now can expand and really get people in different countries to kind of go to merchants and to spread this word that people are there's gonna be so many coins that different people have different coins, and if you can all kind of use Utrust to go to a merchant, and one guy pays with Ripple, the other one with Bitcoin Cash, another one with Bitcoin, a third one with Pivx, whatever, and the merchant gets his useless fiat currency anyways, because they want to have it in euros, dollars, Swedish krona, whatever, and that's Utrust so far is the idea is the best one of the best I've seen so far. So this has of course a potential to be huge in the future, and very interesting project. So please have a look for yourselves and see what you think. They're saying here, of course, on their website, the merchants will use Utrust to offer their customers a platform that taps existing blockchains to pay with cryptocurrencies that eliminates the risk of scams and fraud with full payment protection. And they will benefit from low fees, get paid with their preferred currency, no more worrying about crypto price volatility. I mean, for the merchants and so on, I mean, they just they don't care about that. But the guys that hold cryptos, they might want to go to a store and buy something. So I mean, this will also expand the economy in whatever country will be using this, because more and more people will be able to then buy products. So in this society, consumerism society, this will certainly help that. And the strongest asset, of course, with Utrust is building a platform around trust, completely prepared for the future of a decentralized payment system. So this is really a win-win for both the holders of cryptocurrencies and also the merchant. So very smart solution now if they can get it up and running now and spread it around. This will be huge. And what else do we have? What was it? Neo and Bitcoin Cash futures. Okay, so I mean, this Neo is just amazing. I mean, it just recently it was. I mean, it's back to levels that we saw, I think, last year, autumn of last year, when it exploded higher. And so if you believe that Neo is kind of like the Ethereum of China, then you're not going to get much better prices than this, I would assume. I mean, I at least that's how I feel. But so we shall see. We can have a look at Neo. Where is Neo? Here. Okay, so we had a DMARC 13. If you look at DMARCs, a few days ago, and it's down at 17 bucks. I mean, that's ridiculous, right? When this was called Ant Shares, I mean, I think it was up at what, 10 bucks before they rebranded to Neo, and then it went up to 200. So you know, you can even you buy here, and you even get like a dividend with their other coin that they have, the gas. So let's have a look. So this could be worth investing in, but of course read up yourself as well what you think. And Bitcoin Cash apparently here, futures contract on Friday. Well, that's today, 17th. UK-based cryptocurrency derivative exchange, Crypto Facilities, announced that it's launching a Bitcoin Cash futures contract. So this should also, normally it helps the currency in question. So we shall see, but that's positive news for those guys, that's for sure. And okay, let's finish off with this VeChain. I think they had a huge move higher over the last few days. They're saying here on this news, btc.com, VeChain is the coin of the day with a monumental almost 40% pump. It probably came from the Nasdaq news article covering VeChain announcement that of a blockchain vaccine tracing solution for China. Okay, the Chinese government, they have not officially endorsed VeChain yet, but you know, these guys are huge in China as well, and I have to check it out, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's some higher up people there as well involved in this project. So don't lose track of this one as well. And I think that's it for now. It's Friday, so we should enjoy the day a little bit as well. Before we go, let's just see where we are. 64.35. Okay. Crypto Swede signing out. Enjoy, guys.